Hey, you guys. Let's get into your energy read. Divine, what energies surround us at this time? Okay. We have the energy of recalling. So, memories, missing someone, as well as reminiscing. Okay, definitely giving that Six of Cups type of energy. I feel like this energy could go both ways, and it's just an interesting thing. I feel like there is separations involved between just a lot of people. This is more so an energy of nostalgia. Like it feels like someone is just maybe recalling some memories that the way things used to be. And this isn't just romantic because I feel like people, whenever you say, "Ooh, somebody's missing you," or somebody from the past, everybody automatically goes to this romantic energy. And sometimes, and most times, it's not even always about that. I feel like this is just about energy, surrounding you, where people now are considering you. Maybe they didn't understand the type of impact that you've had on their lives, or maybe just simply put, they're missing you and they don't want anything else. They're just missing your energy. They're missing the good times that you possibly used to share. Divine, what is the significance of recalling? Okay, so we do have chained that could came out, but it came out in reverse. So codependency, unhealthy attachment, way down. So I do feel like this is something that you are no longer involved with. There is just definitely a definitive separation. I feel like this is more so a time where you're moving on from things of the past and you're progressing more so towards those things that are right in front of you. For a lot of you all, you have not been considering relationships, you haven't been considering new partners or even new friends. I feel like you could be entering that space where people could be coming along, where you could be introducing yourself to new people, or people could be introducing themselves to you. I feel like with these energies, it'd be more healthy attachments, but this also feels like a familiar type of energy. So this may be something that you recognize. It may be similar in a positive way to some of those traits that you used to enjoy amongst other people. Divine, what else is here? Okay. So we have tiptoeing coming out. So avoiding getting caught, acting shady, as well as sneaking around. So I do feel like there is an avoidant type of energy. Somebody could be, avoiding the fact that maybe they do need your help because maybe in some capacity, you are a very helpful individual to a lot of people that you used to know. And now that you removed yourself from this energy, they don't know who they can run to. Okay. Divine tiptoeing. What are they avoiding? What is the avoiding type of energy? Somebody could be ignoring their feelings here as well. We do have lost that is coming out. So ghosted, cowardice, disappearing act. So I feel like with lost coming out once again, they don't know who they can run to. In this state of being, maybe somebody doesn't know how to handle a particular situation. Maybe they don't know how they're going to come out of a situation. I do feel like somebody in some way could be asking for your assistance, asking for your aid. I feel like it's totally up to you whether you want to help this individual out, but it's giving me a sense of this person or these people have no one else that they can run to, especially in the manner or way that you used to help them out here. Okay. We do have lucky break here at the bottom of the deck. So good fortune, good things coming, as well as turning point. So things could be working out very good for you. And I feel like that's also the reason why people, could be wanting to be in your energy. Maybe things aren't going so great with them. Maybe they don't, once again, know how to come out of a situation or don't know who to ask for assistance and aid. Divine, what else is here? Okay. So we have the energy of knocked up. So pregnancy, expecting, as well as mothering. And why knocked up, Divine? So we have swept up, head over heels, falling in love, intense emotions. So once again, I feel like a lot of you all could be finally moving into a space where you are hearing implementing or introducing, someone else into your life. I do feel like this could be a very serious connection. I do feel like this is somebody who could be head over heels, for you. But I do feel like there's this energy where you may need to take this with ease. Don't rush into something too quickly with knocked up coming out. I'm not feeling anything else for knocked up but a possible pregnancy. That does not mean that you are pregnant. You don't have to say in the comments section, ooh, I don't want to be pregnant. I feel like this is more of a cautionary thing for you to enjoy yourself, but be very careful. Take the proper precautions, because something could move very fast, something could move very quickly. Divine, what other energies surround this reading? Okay. And we have machismo coming out. So masculine pride, toxic masculinity, as well as meeting manly expectations. This is just giving me more so emperor energy. I do feel like, this person could be the person that you were looking for, in your life, the person to stand up in your life, the person to show up in your life. This is giving me more so an energy of, being who you said you are, showing up how you said you were going to show up, meeting those expectations here. Yeah, something could move very fast because I do feel like with snack here at the bottom of the deck, obsession, physical attraction, as well as sex appeal. I feel like you could find somebody very attractive, or somebody could find you very attractive, and it could turn into a fling type of situation. I'm not certain whether you all want something serious or not, but it does feel like this is a person that you could enjoy. This is a time that you could enjoy. I'm hearing all for fun is what I'm hearing, all for fun. A lot of people can act like they don't want to have fun, but you're human. You are most certainly human. Divine machismo. Okay, so we have fed up. So over it, not having it, as well as frustrating. Divine, what else surrounds this energy? Okay. So we have love bombing. So overly attentive, shower with affection for personal gain. So yeah, it definitely feels like fun. It doesn't feel like anything serious. I feel like that's the thing where you need to be careful. I feel like, a lot of you are going to be out not wild and carrying on, just more so just enjoying your time, especially if it's one person in particular. I feel like don't get too ahead of yourself, because I feel like the only true intention of whoever this is, and for this individual to come around, is to have fun. I don't feel anything serious coming from this, but also beware of what could happen, while you're having fun, hence knocked up. But don't be fooled by a good time is also what I'm hearing, aside from emotions. So don't get too involved with someone that you don't see a real true happy ending with, or longevity, because what this is feeling like, this is feeling more so about longevity, you avoiding, running into a full-blown relationship. I feel like this is more so just, you probably been on lockdown for a while, you probably haven't been active in a while, and you're just more so just wanting to just get out there to see what's going on out there, to see what you can get your hands on here. It's funny. We have long haul at the bottom of the deck, and long haul tends to be more so about the long haul, putting your all into it. But, that's just more so just taking a nod towards what I was saying. Something doesn't feel that serious. So don't be deceived. Don't deceive yourself. Also, just know what you're getting yourself into when you connect with third parties or other individuals. Divine, tell me last one about this love bombing type of energy. Okay. So we have Bonnie and Clyde. So ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. But more so what I'm feeling with this is, I feel like this is going to be strictly to just what I said. I feel like it's going to be a bond. I do feel like you all are going to enjoy, each other, and you probably will enjoy each other very close, or likened to how individuals do respond or act in a relationship or a dedicated partnership. But this is definitely giving me something that is short term and not long lived. I mean, Bonnie and Clyde. So I do feel like while you may enjoy yourself, something that's not meant to last here. And I feel like, just once again, strictly, this is all about the enjoyment. I feel one more, Divine. And we have the cleanse. Yeah, so the cleanse says detox, ridding negativity as well as purification. So what I'm hearing is you need to get something out of your system, okay? And getting something out of your system could just strictly be just what I said: getting out, enjoying your life, having fun, taking care of that thing that you need to take care of or feel like you want to take care of, and then just going about your business, cleansing yourself, and not going into prayer and like all of those things after you're done. No, just completely getting something out of your system. For some of you all, this would just be a one-time fling. A one night stand could be significant, but it will be one of those kind of situations where you don't, where you won't feel like you had a one night stand. You literally enjoyed someone's conversation, you enjoyed their attention, you enjoyed the time, but you both knew what was going on and you both knew what was going up. So be careful. So here's what's up. Seems like a lot of you all are getting ready to have fun. And by fun, you know what I mean. Okay. I feel like a lot of you are about to get out here and start dating. We are in the month of October. So October technically is a 1 month, even though it's the 10 month if you're rounded about. But the ones tend to be good time. They tend to be about new beginnings. They tend to be about things sparking new, things that you could enjoy. If this is something that you can relate to, and you want more clarity, you want more insight about what's going on surrounding what's new, check out our sponsors, Psychic Source, okay? Click the link down below in the description box. Use my unique code, JMarion, and you can get up to 40 minutes of clarity and insight for only $19.80. So plenty of time for you to get acclimated with what's on the horizon for you. You can get your questions, your insights, and things that you would like to know together. And you also get to pick and choose the advisor. If you are not satisfied with the insight and clarity that you received from your session, it will be a risk-free situation for you, meaning free. You can get your money back, okay? Check those details down below in the description box. And now, on to your reading. Divine, what is the direct message you have for us today? Okay. So we have the Judgment and the Ten of Swords that is coming out together. And why the Judgment and the Ten of Swords? This is... Can I have one for the Judgment and Ten of Swords? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands here. So yeah, new beginnings. I feel like you finally made a decision, and I don't feel like this is, directed towards anybody else. I feel like you finally made a decision to honestly just get yourself out there, show up as brand new. We have the unspoken or the death here at the bottom of the deck as well. So I do feel like your perspective and like the way you view dating, the way you view relationships, the way you view newness as a whole, I feel like you're looking at things differently. I feel like you also are seeing your worth, you're seeing your attractiveness, you're seeing your value, you're seeing how much of a chick magnet, a man magnet, a woman eater. Some of you all are. I feel like you're just really seeing your worth. And I feel like that's after so many different changes that you've experienced in your life involving other people. I also feel like you're no longer letting what happened to you previously or other people determine, your level of attractiveness, your level of worth. You're taking the bull by the horns is what I'm hearing. Divine, what else concerning this energy here? Yeah, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So a lot of you all have done a lot of work, and I feel like a lot of that work has happened more so behind the scenes. Definitely getting like that hermit vibe, but it's been very productive. I feel like it's been more so about the inner workings of you, like how you view yourself, your level of confidence, what you're willing to go after. I'm also hearing a lot of you are about to be very risky. Maybe in spaces where you wouldn't do certain things, you're doing those things. Maybe you wouldn't walk up to somebody in the bar. Now you're going to walk up to somebody in the bar. You're going to take the risk. You're going to take a leap of faith. Ace of Wands is a very action-based type of energy, but it's also new beginnings. So this feels new. Divine, tell me more so about the Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this is definitely giving me that energy where you were holding back. And I do feel like you at one moment were a little more conservative. You're a little more reserved. I don't feel like you have any more reservations, or you're not as reserved as you used to be. That does not mean that you're sowing your wild oats, but I do feel like you are no longer holding yourself back, because maybe you've just been alone and you're tired of being alone. You're not lonely. You just been alone. You've been to yourself. You've been dealing with yourself. And I feel like a lot of the reasons why this Ace of Wands, type of energy is coming out, because there's things that you do need to do differently. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune in this particular moment is giving me a risky type of energy. You're taking a chance on something, and I do feel like the chance that you're taking is yourself. You're getting yourself out there, because how are you supposed to get to know new people or be introduced to new people if you don't put yourself out there? So I do feel like a lot of you all are putting yourself out there. You're taking those steps to move yourself in a progressive manner. Divine, what else is here? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. A lot of you all are being honest with yourself at this moment. I do feel like you have received clarity, within. Like there's a lot that you understand now, and the understanding is more so about yourself, because maybe you were going through a phase where you've changed so much that you didn't even recognize yourself. You didn't recognize your own potential, and I feel like a lot of you all is being more honest with yourselves in this time, because there's nothing that you could profit off of a lie. A lot of you are no longer lying to yourselves. Divine, tell me about this Ace of Swords specifically. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. Yes, a lot of you are being very risky. Like, for some reason, this Knight of Wands is giving me quick, fast action. Is giving me a level of impulsivity. Like most times, the Knight of Swords Knight of Swords isn't impulsive. Is methodical thinking, but it's quick action. But I feel like there's something that you are no longer thinking about too much. It's like what's up with the Ace of Swords. You know what's up. You know what's going on. It's just time to make that move. Time to take those actions. So I do feel like in this moment that you're not overthinking. I feel like a lot of you are out of your minds in spaces where you used to overthink, where you would have to practice, where used to have to rehearse, or think something over. For you now, it doesn't require much thought, because you know what's going on. Divine, one more for this Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So all of the aces are pretty much coming out here. You're taking action on new beginnings, new insight, new clarity. You know exactly what you want to do. So in this moment, you're doing a lot of investing. It's not, faith without works is dead, is what I'm hearing. I don't know why that faith without works is dead. So it's more so about you knowing, believing you can do it, and executing. This is new beginnings for you, with the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Like, it's all action. You are taking steps towards things that you want to take steps towards. And I do feel like in this particular energy, you are showing up as a more confident individual. I have not seen the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, but I do feel like you're in that energy. You are embodying that energy. But movement, even if it's baby steps, but concise, well thought out, action based steps. You're not overthinking anymore. Divine, move forward, please. We have the King of Swords. Yes, I don't feel like you're overthinking. I feel like a lot has gone into planning, with the moon. A lot has been thought about. I feel like in those spaces where you've needed to seek clarity and insight, you've sought out clarity and you sought out insight. I do feel like with the King of Swords, whatever things you were thinking about, whichever things you were considering, I do feel like you're making steps towards that. No more being afraid, no more being timid. You are acting out those thoughts. You're acting out those plans. Divine King of Swords here, please. But you were definitely a lone ranger, is what I'm feeling with this King of Swords here as well. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the page, the child of swords. So definitely in a space where you've gained a lot of clarity, you gain a lot of insight. You're doing this alone with the Nine of Cups. You know, you're going after those desires, you're going after those wish fulfillments. There's a lot that you've discovered. I feel like, once again, clarity, insight. There's been a lot of observation. So I do feel like you've been in observation of yourself for quite a while with the Page of Swords, the Nine of Cups, as well as the King of Swords. Like, those things that you were thinking about as a singular individual, because this is just giving me single person type of energy. I do feel like you are about to put yourself out there, most certainly about to put yourself out there. Once again, not a lot of overthinking. Like, I feel like for a moment there was some, maybe some ideas or thoughts that you wanted, or they needed to mature, they needed to develop. You know, you're no longer the same. I do feel like there's this level, there's also this level of innocence to you, you know, and I feel like people find that interesting, you know. And Divine, what's this energy? We have the Three of Swords, yeah. And while the Three of Swords, I don't know why I'm hearing risk free. We do have the Three of Cups. Okay. So I do feel like, you know, I'm hearing Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, you got the best of me. That song by Mariah Carey. So I do feel like to other people, with you putting yourself out there, because I feel like once you put yourself out there, maybe individuals of the past are going to see you in some way. I do feel like previous individuals are going to see you, and they're going to see how confident, how bold, how interesting you are now. And I feel like there's going to be people who are going to miss out on that. 33 could be significant. For some of you all, you could literally be 33 years old. Divine, why the Three of Cups? There's something in this Three of Cups. Yeah. We have the Two of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you're going to throw a lot of people for a loop. Queen of Wands. Yes. You're going to throw a lot of people for a loop, because maybe in one point in time, maybe somebody thought, because I feel like there's this energy of somebody here who dated you but didn't want to take it too far. Remember that energy of just having fun? Because that's what it is. Like, there's this energy of just having fun. And with the Queen of Wands here now at the bottom, but at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you are in some way about to throw a lot of people for a loop. Like, you're about to show people that you were worth investing in, but now that they want to invest in you, you're not really there. I feel like you're in a completely different space, but there most certainly is this energy of you putting yourself out there, of you showing up in the way that you want to be seen, and not really caring what other people think about that. Divine, last one for this Two of Swords. Okay, so we do have the Knight of Cups as well as the Chariot. You're showing up as a very daring individual here, very attractive, very alluring. I do feel like you would, if you were out there, you would literally be the life of the party. But the way you're showing up now as the Knight of Cups, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, is giving me player type of energy. Not that you are a player, but player energy. Very attractive, very magnetic. Like, people are drawn to you in some particular way, especially with the Chariot. So the way you're showing up now, you're showing up as a bundle of joy, and not bundle of joy as a child, but a good time. And with the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, like, people are going to be drawn towards you. So I hope you're ready. Now that you're getting ready to put yourself out there, you're definitely going to see the fruits of that tree, okay? Especially if you've been on reserve, if you've been put away. I'm also getting this energy. You know how somebody new comes into town, and then they're the ones who start to get all of the attention. I feel like with you being away, with you being hidden, with you being kept to yourself, you know, people have not seen you and they don't know you, and you're about to show up different. You know, even to people who you knew previously, they don't know you now, and I feel like that's going to be a very interesting time for you. So I hope you get ready. You might have to pull them off of you. But Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully, this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you can use. Y'all, I am congested, like literally congested. Like I'm not even sick. I hear it. But anywho, hopefully the message resonated and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box. And that does include our sponsor, Psychic Source, because some of y'all are about to have a good time. And I do feel like maybe, some of you all are wondering, what that good time will look like and who would be involved, in that. So check those details down below in the description box. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and I'll see you in the network. Bye, guys.